Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishi Sarvadam Ganganapate Namaha. Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 10th of March 2025. We are actually running over time here. I'm just going to make a couple comments here, then we'll stop for today. So first of all, there is such great mystery in terms of the experiences that are generated by the brain, by the mind, through the senses, through the body. It is so much material and information that is coming through the five senses that the Vedantic masters from ancient times till today realized that these experiences are only they are having some very relative reality. You know, that the experience itself is in color, for example, the colors we see, the sounds we hear. If we didn't have any experience, we wouldn't be alive the way we are. I mean, it's just we wouldn't have this kind of life. So the brain, body, mind, etc., it is a mechanism that has been created, that has evolved out of Brahman for the experience of the plurality of Maya. Now, that itself is just remarkable. You know, for example, let's say you're walking in a garden. Like here we have about half an hour from our home here in Delaware, we have Longwood Gardens. You know, and it's a beautiful garden. So they have a conservatory inside there. And if you go inside there, it is so beautifully set up and it's amazing flowers and colors. And you feel like you're in a piece of heaven, you know, over there. Right? So when you go inside there, the smell, the forms of the flowers, the different shapes, the different names, the arrangements, and you know the temperature and the lighting and all, it is so wonderful. Such a very splendid experience comes when we see that, when we're walking there. If you really probe into this in terms of Vedanta, as in terms of the Atman, that experience we're having that has been arranged specifically, that experience is a reminder of the Atma. It is due to the Atma. Atma is consciousness. It is due to that. That is the actual perfection. It's not that the conservatory, the flowers and all that, that is the perfection. That is a reminder of your own perfection. The beauty that is perceived outside cannot be perceived or even recognized unless you yourself are that beauty. If I say that this flower is beautiful, what is it that's making me say that? It is a recognition of beauty. It is not that the flower is beautiful. Flower is just an object. It's neither beautiful or not beautiful or anything. It is just but its presence is producing an experience in the brain and the mind due to the Atma, and that experience of that object as beautiful or in its unique way is the power of Brahman as Maya plus its own presence, that is the Brahman itself. Brahman plus the power of Brahman, which is Maya. And then from that, the creation of the object outside. So the Jivatma, through the Maya, says this is beautiful. When the Jivatma awakens out of Maya, doesn't have to say that the flower is beautiful, there is only beauty. Saundarya. That's the difference. When the Jivatma is functioning under Maya, the Jivatma is running from one experience to another. This is beautiful, this is beautiful, this is this. When the Jivatma is awakened into the Brahman, it is not that this is beautiful, there is only beauty. Now the flower is not needed as such for the experience. But no doubt, that experience of the flower is still there. The experience is not different in one sense, and the experience is very different in another sense. The rose flower that Sachin says is so beautiful. It has such a nice scent and all that. Even an enlightened person, let's say Shankaracharya ji is walking in the conservatory at Longwood Gardens with you, and he sees the flowers and somebody gives him a rose flower. What is his experience? And what is our experience? What is the difference? Does he not see the flower? Of course he does. Does he not smell the flower like we do? Of course he does. Does he not feel the softness of the petals? Of course he does. What's the difference? Does he have a body like we do? Of course he does. What is the difference actually? Just picture this point. Or Shankaracharya ji eating an apple pie. Have you ever imagined such an idea? You know, Shankaracharya ji McDonald's mein jate or apple, give me one apple, 2 apple pies, please. Can you imagine? We don't think about these things like this. What would be his experience? He goes anywhere. He goes anywhere in this world of Prakriti. Unka anubhav kya hai? Only Brahman. That we can say that because we kind of know who he is and his teachings, but it's a realization. You cannot tell if he's wearing shorts, has a small beard, like an Indian skin. You cannot even recognize. You know, we think of Shankaracharya ji with the nice form and the Tripunda Tilak and sitting in the temple somewhere and all that and giving blessings and all that. What if he goes into the garden, just walking around with his t-shirt and shorts and not having any tilak or malas or nothing? Does he stop being Shankaracharya ji if he's wearing clothes like that? He's still the same person. Does he have to have 50 good disciples with him? He can be alone somewhere. It doesn't make any difference. It could be in the jungle, or it could be in the department store, or it could be in the family. It could be anywhere. Realization is not about all those things, about those externalities. Realization is wherever you are. The experiences we're having, those experiences are Brahman, meaning consciousness. So it is not that the flower is beautiful. There is beauty only that is manifesting through the senses in the mind as the flower. Now we can say that. Sachin just said that. But to actually be in that, that is the awakened realization. It is the awakened realization of the reality, with the capital R, the reality that actually is. And that is what the Upanishads are awakening us to. It is not that you're going to find Brahman or Akshara Brahman or the abodes of God. Yeah, there is Nirvikalpa Samadhi outside the body. Wo to hai hi, no doubt. But here also it is there. It is everywhere in the 3 states of experience. Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti. There are the objects, but the awakened being is free in the 3 states. There is freedom, there is no entanglement, there is realization of Brahman as the only reality. You know how we say that God is present everywhere. That is still one lower level than Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta, like we say, Ishavasya midam sarvam yatkinchit jagatam jagat. They spoke like that because you have to come down one notch to say, okay, God is existing within everyone. That's kind of, we can have that bow from where we are. But in reality, sarvam kalvidam brahma. There is only God and nothing else. There is only Brahman and nothing else. There's a story that Swami Chinmayanand used to tell. I'll just close with this. We'll try to stick to time starting tomorrow. One time a husband and wife are in their house, and husband is very deeply interested in Vedanta. And he tells his wife, I'm going into the meditation room. I will not be ill for 7-8 hours. Do not disturb. No phone calls. No phone. No. Don't knock on the door. Don't do anything. No tea. No coffee. No food. Kuch bhi nahi. No disturbance at all. No cell phones. Don't keep the children awake. So he gave such a long lecture about what he's going to be doing in there. She was thinking by the time he comes out, only God will come out of that afterwards. It doesn't happen like that. He was sitting for a couple of hours. He came out and he was so angry about something. Kya gaya Brahmagyan. He was meditating and his mind flipped in some other direction. It doesn't work like that. Brahman is where you are. Brahman is not running away from life. It's not going away into some jungle somewhere. It's not like that. It's exactly where you are. Just as you are. Just as we are. That is realization. And that is where the Vedantic study, the path of inquiry, all the different yogas and paths, they only bring us to who we are. The Atma is what? Atma is not something far away. It's who you are. It's the essence of who you are. So the avasthas, they come and go. Bodies come and go. Experiences come and go. Who you are doesn't come and go. That is consciousness. Okay, so let's stop here for now. We'll talk more about this later. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa. Om Divilingaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Anandalingaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharannitrambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shri Durga Arpanamastu.